Hello. You're gonna hear today a lot of noises. Hey Yatsuki, how's it going? How's it going? Hey Quentin. Today, man, oh man. Let's paint on this one today. The generic hero card. Hey Shasta, Zealin. Good morning. So, hey Iglesias, what up? So today you'll hear a lot of background noises as my daughter is home from school because of midnight vomit fest. Man. No, it was actually more like 3 in the morning vom fest. It was good. Good fun. I was more or less holding her up. But my wife is in Italy, so it's just me. Holding her up while she's sick. And then trying to like figure out what to do. Then kind of cupping my hand in front and then just looking around what to do. You know, like half awake, full chaos. I ended up just sitting her down, running to get a bowl, and while I was running, I hear her still being sick, and then just returning to chaos and cleaned all night. so I'm tired. Hey Tiana, Captain Boss, Kilrathi, how's it going? Good morning. So she's home. Bjorn, I don't know what it was. She just vomited that one time in the night, and that's it. So she's eating breakfast. She's fine. She's not sick anymore. I don't know what it was. Why she vomited. Bjorn baby, yeah, she's good. She's watching a documentary about the insects and talking. Iglesias, I speak to her in 3 languages. Primarily, of late, it's Latvian, but Swedish and English. It used to be solely Swedish, but more and more like use all 3. But I'm trying to use Latvian more because she's used to it more and she's better at it. So I think I'll just full on migrate to Latvian more or less. But she talks in all 3 languages. The limited amount she does. She's disabled, autistic, but she's good. Anyways, let's start the timer. And let's do an update on what you guys can see. Some people are joining in. Bose, Invis, Eric Mui, working hard. It's good stuff. You see? All the feedbacks. Look at all that feedback. Oh, paint overs and everything. It's good stuff. So today on this one, I feel like it's getting close to final. But for example, I don't like the like over wide stance. So I'm gonna try to I think correct that today, and push some of these things in. I mean, looking at the original leg again, we're going back to proportions and fundamentals, like defining the proportions correctly will influence the whole painting moving forward. And here is a prime example of bad decision. Bjork, the guidelines are use this card guideline that the focal point has to be the main point of the illustration has to be within that inner rectangle. So you can't change the proportions, you can't change the focal point of your illustration. Other than that, it's all open, because the idea of it is it's you make an illustration that represents you, not as the person, but as you as the artist, you know. So do what you love doing, and the card will be used as you know, like a calling card for you. At the end of the stream, I will show all the subscribers, heroes, you. And for those who don't want to participate, they will be represented by this illustration. So I will make it like a hero card, you know, with stats. I'll try to keep it updated with subscriber, like I will do a bot, and I will usually what the bot can do is check when you followed or, you know, subscribed, so you can see those datas at least at some form. But the guidelines is just that you gotta stick to the proportions. You can't change the focal point, and then it's just free to do whatever you want to do that represents you. I would recommend leaning on comfort zone stuff, what you love doing, rather than just make it a challenge and and do something that you normally don't do. Because this will represent, you know, you as an artist. So the best is to do what you love and not do something that's difficult. I mean, you can if you want. I will help you get to the end of the illustration, but in my experiences with stuff like this, it's best it's best to do Matilda, säg det divarna då ju. Säg det divarna. Säg det. Love it. Best is to lean on comfort zone stuff, because you do what a lot of things that you do when you love it is the most practice, the things you've looked at the most, and you have like an affinity for the shapes and an affinity for the colors or whatever your comfort zone is, right? So when you're doing your portfolio things, I'm quite sure that in your portfolios, what's in there is not your experiments. It's your best of the best, right? Hey, Abu, breakfast, how's it going? Captain Boss, you can't change it because the idea is as follows. That like I will put text. Like this, right? And like some sort of frame around, so it would look like a playing card. So if you flip your image upside down, you won't be able to use it. The focal point has to be up there. Like that's the challenge. Because when you're doing all these, let's say Magic the Gathering, or let's say Legends, or any other, or Hearthstone, it is a fixed focal point because it's standardized. They have to have, you know, where they can use the stats and all these things. It has to be across the board the same. So the challenge is to find a composition or a painting that looks good within that constraint. And then if you, like, let's say you...
I feel like I should say something smart.
Hey, Zombie World Order. Thanks for the... What's that, raid? Yeah, raid. Awesome. Thanks. Thank you for that, man. Very much appreciated. How's it going? New World. Zombie New World Order. For those who don't know, Zombie World Order is a sculptor. Hey, I am Weekly. How's it going? What up, Weekly? How's it going? My daughter is saying, how's it going? What you doing, Matilda? Lobby Tillis. Yeah, so thanks for the raid. And yeah, so the challenge is like if you're doing a lot of illustrations for a client, like let's say like Magic the Gathering or a Legend or Hearthstone or any of those card games, and because you have a fixed focal point, like this is the area that needs to be the focus of the image, you got to figure out ways to do compositions and placements and light to create varied outputs, right? So you just don't have one output. Hey, Zombie World Order. The topic for today is every Friday is a Hero Card Friday, and that is an idea I have about my for my subscribers, and I offer for all the subscribers. They get a specific channel on the Discord where they will make their hero card, and I will give them paint overs and feedback and help them push their illustration. And the hero card is more or less just a representation of them as an artist, and I will use this hero card as a calling card more or less for the end of the stream, so you can see all the subscribers. So this is the generic hero card for the people who don't want to participate in the illustration but is a subscriber. And then I'll add the information about the subscribers, you know, like subscribers or a follower since January 1st, whatever, and the name of the person, or the screen name rather, just as a little thank you for the support of being a subscriber. I will help them push an illustration to the final stage. So this is the generic one, the generic subscriber, and then I also have, I started from scratch from beginning to end of like my representation, and this is not finished, but this is kind of my solution to what represents me. It's a little bit of a homage to Zelda, but like I said, it's not finished. The light is off. It's a bit flat, even though it has volume. Hey, Dan Animated. Erika Ricky, what up, what up? So the surrounding area outside of the focal point is important, obviously, because it's going to be an illustration, right? It can't just be dead space. Hey, Tildis, babes, sätt ett divan. Vänta. 1 second. Yo. Bjork. Well, yeah, I mean, you can be a generic subscriber, but you'll get represented by this douchebag on the castle top. If that doesn't float your boat, then do something about it. I mean, the option is there, Georg. Subscriber on Discord, all you need to do is let me know on Discord if you're not on the subscriber list and you are a subscriber. Then I'll put you on the subscriber list and you'll automatically have access to the hero card channel. If you're not a subscriber, you don't even see that channel. So if you're a subscriber but you're not on that list, you won't see it. So you gotta let me know on the Discord through PM or whatever. Captain Boss, yeah, of course. I get it. I understand. I understand that you're trying to make the illustration work, and that's fair. But you just gotta make sure that you can't change the focal point. It has to be the same for everyone, due to the fact that I will add a frame text info about you as a subscriber and so on. Captain Boss, yeah, but yeah, that's good. But remember that it needs impact, right? So within this frame, like if you only would have that frame, how does that focal point look? Is it does it have enough power to be interesting? Like, does it have strength? If we would only see this, would it be a good painting? That's what you gotta kind of figure out in your composition. Is it dynamic enough? Like, if you have an interaction with two characters, what does that interaction look like in the focal point? And then what's the surrounding illustration? Because you want to show people the illustration in this state as well, right? You just don't want to have the crop. You want to have the full illustration. But the illustration should also work if we only would see the small crop, right? Hey Bruno Romanos, how's it going? That's good, Captain Bose. And also, Captain Bose, I would recommend you do Comfort Zone. Or whatever you want to do, of course, but feel free. Hey Gria. Oh, you got your number 10. Oh, Jesus. That's great. Thank you very much for the support, Gria. Crazy. Crazy. Hey, Dave Deviant. Good morning. So, Dame Deviant, this is the generic hero card for a subscriber that doesn't want to participate in make your own hero card. So I'm going to try to make a list of all the subscribers. So that's going to be the new outro. The new outro is going to be a gallery of the hero cards for the subscribers. Captain Boast, that's great. That's good to hear. You're a star, Gria. Wow, you're on a trip, Gria. Oh, nice. Enjoy, enjoy. We'll be here when you come back. Don't you worry. We are here for you, Gria. So every Friday is a Hero Card Friday. So I will be working on the hero cards, and as soon as this one is finished, I think I will start with next Friday, probably. I will start with making the frame around the card so you guys can see it. And kind of chipping away at the workload. Dame Deviant. No, you can do charcoal. But what's important to remember, Dame Deviant, is that you maintain the square format and the focal point. That whatever you paint should look good in this focal point. And then anything around that focal point is supportive to the illustration. So the illustration looks good as it is. But when the focal point is there, with the frame around, with the information and so on, that primary part of the illustration is still there, right? That reads well. You don't want the action down in the bottom left because it will be covered by text. But yeah, if you want to do charcoal, go ahead. Just make sure that you maintain the compositional focal point. Paia Tonto, it's for subscribers. It's it's going to be the new outro, and I'm going to showcase all the subscribers. So it's going to have URL to your website, how long you've been a follower / subscriber, if you're looking for a job, or if you're content, if you're a hobbyist, or if you're a professional. Just kind of little bit of a showcase of you for the outro, so to give you exposure, but also at the same time helping you make that illustration on Discord. Just to help you, because you helped me, right? Captain Boss, yeah. Everyone says that makes card art. The infamous square composition. Everyone hates it. But it is a challenge. And this format is an actual format for a client that I redrew the frame, but this frame is from an exact asset for a game, for a card game that I've personally had to use making illustrations. So it's not me making it hard for you. It's an actual square composition from a client that is required. Anytime I make art for that client, that is the base I have to base all my paintings from. I can't not use that, because as soon as I stray away from the focal point or have vital information outside of that focal point, I mean, obviously I don't do that mistake anymore, but at the beginning they were like, no, you gotta, stick to the center square, like push everything in, or zoom out, or redraw. But obviously at the beginning you want to fight against it, right? The square composition. Like I'm not gonna. It's a tricky way to do things, and it feels awkward to zoom out and have things in here and then a lot of dead space around, or secondary information around. But as soon as you accept the fact that you have to obey, you can start pushing composition. And a lot of times what you got to do, as some of you saw while sketching this card up, was that I was constantly zooming in or scaling down the sketch to fit within the focal point, or like playing around, skewing and moving it around to make it fit well in that focal point. And then when it fit well in that focal point, I changed the surrounding area to make it even better. I mean, yeah, Instagram loves square. Voodoo breakfast, that's hilarious. Zealin, to reiterate, the hero card, you are the hero, you, right? Not the character is not supposed to be a hero character. You are the hero, so whatever you want to do as an artist, it will highlight you, Zealin, the hero, right? This is not about the character. You could do an environment if you want. It's your hero, like you're the hero. It's your calling card. It's the representation of you, not that you have to design a hero, right? Does that make sense? Maybe I shot myself in the foot by calling it a hero card. But what I mean by it is you the hero, not design a hero. Hey, Weeping Jay, how's it going? Zealin the Brave +2 in XP gain. You activated my spell trap spell. Trap card. A U card, yeah. But usually, you know, it makes it easier to define a scope, right? Oh, you have to make a hero card. I mean, if I tell you draw whatever you want, you'll go, oh, what should I draw? The possibilities are infinite. So in a way, it's also to help you guys be focused by saying it's a hero card. But it doesn't need to be a hero representing you. It can be, like I said, it can be whatever you want it. If you draw a robot or environment, or it doesn't matter. Second breakfast with extra XP. Yeah, I mean, if you play your own card, maybe you get the narcissist debuff. You love yourself a little bit too much. Only half the points. Yeah, second breakfast. Second breakfast is great. We do that on the weekends, the kids. They're like, I want second breakfast. And I make some breakfast for them. Obviously in school, they can't have second breakfasts. I have no idea if they ask for second breakfast in school, but on the weekends they have second breakfast. But man, I'm so tired. Zealin, yeah, make sure you share the thumbnails. And by the way, if anyone want a feedback on the hero cards, sorry, if anyone want a feedback on the hero cards on Discord, in general, on anything on Discord, on our Discord, you shouldn't hold back on feedback. As long as it's constructive, or the goal of the feedback is to help, I'm all for it. There's a lot of places where like, oh, don't give feedback unless I ask for it. My Discord is definitely not that place where you should hold back feedback. And people should learn to appreciate feedback. Just because someone gives you feedback also doesn't mean that their feedback is right. But you should also not disregard feedback. If someone gives you a point of view of how they interpret your art, you owe it to the person taking time to write to at least consider the feedback. Then you can feel free to disregard it. But ignoring it or being offended by feedback is odd to me. I have not grown up in art community by being offended by feedback. As soon as anyone wrote anything to me on any place online, I would consider the feedback at least. But then you can just go, no, I don't agree, I don't want that. But that's another thing. But if you never consider it, maybe you'll learn something new. Like, oh yeah, by the way, you drew the hand too small. Like, no, it's my style to draw too small hands. That's just putting, you know, blind eye to it. But you, I mean, at least like, did I draw the hand too small? Oh yeah, probably. Okay, I'll scale it up a little bit. Okay, that looks better. You know, that little action. What does it matter? You know. Hey, Kilroth, that's good. All right. Little by little, inching closer. I'd say I don't want to paint too much on this anymore. I'm gonna touch up on do some touch-ups on the background and a little bit more tighter detail, like things. Then I'm gonna call this one done. But yeah, time's up. Your opinions are wrong. I do everything perfect. Excellent. That's the way to do it. All right, let's raid someone we haven't raided in a while. Raided? Road? That's the how you go, right? Raid, road, ridden, roided. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Have a happy Friday. Good night if you're in that part of the world. See you guys probably over the weekend. I will try to stream, but it's gonna be tricky with running the home solo here. But otherwise, Monday morning. Let's raid. Let's do the outro, and then I'll switch the raid. So you join the raid, and I'll switch you guys over after the outro. Have a great one, everyone. Thanks for joining in, and happy Friday. Toodles.